how can I add bundles inside of QuickBooks Online? And is there a better way to add a bundle without limitations and with more options? Well, let's talk about that. So I'm going to open up QuickBooks Online in front of me, and to find where to add a bundle, go to Sales, find the Products and Services option, and then find the new product or service button. And you're going to find an option where you can select bundle, and so that's what we want to do. And so here, just call your bundle whatever you need, just for example. And then the products and services included in the bundle, this is to, if you want to display the bundle components when printing or sending transactions, you can go ahead and select that. And here is where you want to add what you want in your service bundle. So I have a few things I want added to the bundle itself, so I'm just going to find those parts. And one more. And once I have added the products and services to that specific bundle, I can just go ahead and save and close. And then if you want to add this bundle to, let's say, an invoice, you can go ahead and hit New, select Invoice, and search the proper customer that you want. And right here under Products and Services, you want to search for that specific bundle. So there's already a bundle there, but we just want to find the one that we just created. So we found that, and it's as easy as that. There's, again, you can change your price, you can change your quantity, and if you need to add this to a different form, let's say an estimate or something else, you can do that as well. But it's really straightforward. So just a few things to note are that there is limited option for how pricing is actually calculated in QuickBooks Online. There is actually no settings for calculated or uncalculated bundle quantities, and there's no unit of measure support actually within QuickBooks Online. However, Lexel Field Service has actually seen these limitations and added more options to be able to do these very things. So for example, pricing. We support multiple pricing options for calculating price on a specific bundle, and we have multiple display options for how you want bundles to show on the invoice. For example, bundled or unbundled, itemized pricing versus non-itemized pricing. And also we have calculated quantities and invoice-specific overrides to handle edge cases on the invoice itself. And not only that, unlike QuickBooks Online, we actually do support units of measure on bundles themselves. So some of the pricing, we have two options that are available and open for bundles. The first is price that is solely based on the service. So this is useful if you want to record items used for inventory and job costing, but not specifically charge the customer for them. So items used for inventory and job costing, but you don't want to specifically charge the customer for them. The second option is priced based on the service plus the items. And so this calculates the price of the bundle based on the items included in the bundle itself. And there's also display options on the invoice. So there's 3 different type of display options that you can do with bundles. So the first is bundled, which just means it's displaying as one line item, which is the service on the invoice. So it's just going to display as a single line item. The second option is displaying the bundle as an itemized with price. So this displays the service followed by the parts with the quantities and prices on the parts and service. And the third display option is itemized, showing the bundle as itemized but without the price. And this is displaying the service with the quantity and price, and displaying the parts with quantities and without a price. So showing a 0 price, and this allows you to itemize the parts used but not reveal the line item price of each part. And so for a calculated bundle, what would happen is calculated bundles actually allow ratios to be applied to the bundle parts or ingredients or added items. And what this means is that bundles can be either configured as calculated with a ratio or uncalculated. And ratios are actually, you can go up to 5 digits with a ratio. So for example, just to show what this would look like, let's say you are a lighting company, for example, and you have a lighting bundle where you have, a lighting drop, a breaker, electrical box, a light switch, a faceplate, and 50 feet of wire. Let's say the quantity, one quantity of 50 feet of wire, just one, you can add the ratio 50 so that when let's say you have 3 50-foot wires, you can add 3 as the quantity, and the total amount of wire would be 150 feet. So the bundle will automatically calculate that ratio into the quantity. Finally, last but not least, there's also override settings on the bundle itself. So when you get to the invoice, let's say you create an invoice and something comes up, something changes, and you need to change how the bundle looks on the invoice. So that's okay, because you can override how you originally created the invoice to look. You can actually override that, and it can be changed on the invoice itself to a completely different display, itemized, no price, itemized with price, just the service. However you want it to show, you can change that on the invoice itself. So that's very helpful. You don't have to recreate the entire work order or invoice. You don't have to do that. You can just change it on the invoice itself with settings. So yes, you can add bundles to QuickBooks Online. However, it's quite basic. And if you want more options that are available to use, if you want to remove some of those limitations, Lexel Field Service would be a great way to use that. And not only that, but Lexel Field Service also integrates with QuickBooks Online for seamless integration. So it would be helpful in that sense as well. So if you have any questions, leave a line below, and I hope to see you in the next video.